everyone, it's Marcia again with Then and There, and I have a new journal I wanted to share with you guys. This is an art book, I guess I would call it. And as you could see by the beginning of this video, that was my inspiration for this journal, so I don't have to try to explain myself, and I want to thank Lisa again for that great idea that she gave me. So this is titled Murmuration. Murmuration. I am still fighting a cough, so I apologize for that. Excuse me. It's hanging on, and I don't know how. I've tried everything. Anyways, so Murmuration, in case you didn't see it previously, it is the flocking and flight patterns of starlings. And so I've added these little birds here on the journal. I have done some stitching to show their flight. And this has a lot to do with flow and flocking or flocks of birds and things like that. So it has a wraparound closure here. Excuse me. As you can see, the bird flights, as it were, is there. There's another bird here on the back. This is a canvas cover, which I have dyed and inked and done some splattering on and stitching. This is leather with paper and some brads layered with some fabric. There are two signatures stitched in the spine. It does have the heavy interfacing in it to give it structure. Sorry about that. The color is kind of this gray teal type color with some bits of brighter blue or turquoise throughout. As we open it, you can see the stitching on the inside as well as where I stitched around the title here. This is a print of a watercolor painting that I did that shows the birds in the sky, and it says down here, a river in the sky. Just a journaling card here. It says many moving together as one, with a place to journal. And everything has been coffee dyed and inked, and you will see there's paint and splatters and everything throughout the journal. Lots of place to write still. This is, these are birds. It is a photograph that I edited and put on these pages. The flowing of the birds, and it says flowing together as one. Some transfer paper, or tracing paper, sorry, that I have inked and added a die cut there and stapled. Just clipped on here is a journaling card. It says birds of a feather with a stamp on it. On the paper clip here is a tag that just says flight and then a random number, like a catalog number. Here, this is watercolor, which kind of shows the flowing, similar to a river. A little tag with some cheesecloth and thread that says flow, and that is stapled on, and it has a feather and bead charm on there. Little corner tuck. This says black as night in bright daylight, and a stamped bird on a little journaling card. There's lots of stitching throughout the entire book. Some writing paper. This is machine stitched several times to give the flow, that resemblance of flow. And on the end of the strings here, I've added some little black beads, kind of to represent birds. Pocket here. This is a watercolor painting that I did of birds flocking together. It says soar, layered with some fabric. A tag here with a picture of a starling layered with some paper. Sorry about that. I forgot to mute my phone. We have paint, this watercolor paint splattered on, kind of to give that flow again. I wanted everything to really flow through the book. Some of that tracing paper with some collaged papers. The bird image again. A little tuck spot here with a die cut on cardstock, and just a little flip with some papers and tea bag fabric, and a tea bag tab that says, "In all things of nature there is something of the marvelous." It's an Aristotle quote. a layered pocket here with a tag that says flock and another image of a starling. And just a journaling place here with the a vintage map on it, because the birds migrate from place to place. This tag also has a little feather and bead charm on it. Some more of that splattering. I used some of the tracing paper, which I have colored, and did a opening in the page. This was definitely inspired by Jib and Neary. She was the first to show that I saw, so I took some inspiration from her. Have the word murmuration stitched on there as well, and that shows on both sides. Some ledger paper, and I stitched on the quote, "No bird soars too high if he soars with his own wings," the William Blake quote, and that folds out. Another one of those paintings of the birds and the word flock on here, layered with some fabric. Bit of collage there, and excuse me, another sort of river type or flow type image there with some words that I collaged together that has to do with birds and feathers and flocks and things like that. Some layering up of some fabric or fibers and die cut and tracing paper. Another one of those word rivers, that's what I'm calling it. Like I said, lots of room to write. There's a canvas pocket here with a die cut negative layered with some papers and a large journaling tag there. The other side of the ledger paper and another one of these tracing paper pages, I guess. Some tracing paper here that says ebb and flow. Use some watercolor paint for that. And then a final pocket here, and a quote says, "The soul has illusions as the bird has wings. It is supported by them." The Victor Hugo quote. And then a stamped field journal on this little paper cluster here for some more journaling. Tucked in there. There's the back of the book, and it has this bit of extra cover there to kind of wrap around, so it makes a wrap-around closure, or cover, I should say. And then this is quite long, so I just wrap it around to the back and tuck it in. That's how I've been doing it, so however you choose to do it is fine. Excuse me. The rest of the details are in my Etsy listing, which is listed below in the description if you're interested in that. I do appreciate everyone who likes and comments my videos and just really encourages me in my art. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.